We're live. What's good? Market's already moving. As I kind of expected, market to have a pump. Makes sense. Market pumped on open. You know, we have some greater forces. We have some greater forces in the world right now. Some things that are out of our control that are happening. And that's affecting price. We've seen that the last couple of weeks, starting since a few weeks ago when USA invaded Venezuela. Since then, there's been a pretty big spark on price with gold since January 3rd, that weekend. Since then, gold has been just pretty much pushing up since USA went into Venezuela. That was literally on that weekend. Everybody that's been following gold should know. Boom. Since then, price has been pushing up, and I mean, as price has continued, there's been more news that's come out, and we can see how that's impacted price in the markets. The charts never lie. Like, the market dipped on Friday, and look at where things are now. But yo, we talked about I warned you guys 3 weeks ago, this video. I did warn you guys 3 weeks ago. We talked about a lot of reasons, a lot of things went into that video, but when I did that video, we were actually live streaming. So I posted this 3 weeks ago. Well, we were live streaming when I posted this. I actually made this video from a live stream. This was December 9th. So this was actually from a live stream, part of a live stream in like that first week of December. And we talked about some good shit that week. Like, that whole entire week, everything I talked about, you know, is like kind of behind. Like, there was a lot of stuff I went over. I can't talk about everything in 5 minutes, but man, a lot of stuff I went over in that video. And just in that week, that time of the market, for anybody who was locked in, end of November, first week of December, second week of December, even like I think the last 2 weeks of November. That's why I posted this, because I kept talking about it all the last week in November, going into December. And everything I highlight in that video is things that people are starting to catch up on too. And things we just keep seeing, like, ever since I made that video and ever since we had those discussions. If you go watch the video, there's, you know, I talk about headlines. You know, there's news. There's obviously this, you know, your news that comes out every day, your high impact news. But then you have your headlines, you have the shit that you've seen in the last 3 weeks, basically. If you've been paying attention to the markets the last 3 weeks, I mean, like I said, ever since down here, USA invaded Venezuela, that was down here. And price has stayed bullish since then. Like, there's been, you know, like an overall dominant trend. You had the whole Jerome Powell came out. So just like that, like, you have like tension. You have tension in the South. You have tension in the Middle East. You have that tension there. You have all that, you know, tension in the Middle East, conflicts. And you have the trade war tension, you know, the tariffs, that's back. Now the tariffs are back, so there's more tension there. Jerome Powell even came out with his whole, like, speech. A lot of renewed kind of like topics and headlines that come up, and I mean, it adds fuel to gold. Like, we're witnessing it in real time. Like, we're witnessing it in real time. If you paid attention to the markets in 2025, this experience that we've had in the last 3 weeks fits a lot of fits a lot of the narrative and stuff that we experienced in 2025, right? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day. I'm up. I'm already up. That's good. I'm up 4,000 for the day already. It's Monday morning, Sunday night. Up a nice little $4,000 bag today. I had buys on over the weekend. Like when price started coming back, I was buying. I took an L like on my own. Like I took an L on my own and then ended up buying again. So made it all back and more. It was good. Big dip. Even last week, guys. Anyone who was on stream with me like last week, I did talk about how we could come down to 45.50, and it's like we talked about that in the beginning of last week. Anybody who was on the streams last week, man, 45.50. If you paid attention, I even gave you guys a chart about it, and what do you know? Like it happened at the end of the week, but I know for sure we were talking about 45.50 early on in the week, like very early on in the week. If we could like break above that, we were talking about if we could pull back. We always look at like pullbacks early on in the week. So this might have been I know the first discussions we had literally, and as we went through the week, was like, yo, if we could pull back to 45.50, that would be a good setup. That was the first. If you go back to the first stream, the second stream, all the streams I did last week, it was the first discussion we had on gold last week. Was if we could pull back to 45.50. Multiple streams. That's what we pretty much kind of like were talking about, and obviously the market moved, but we talked about that all through the week as something that had potential, even towards the end of the week. So we from here we were talking about if we could go back to 45.50 for a move up. I don't want to waste time finding it. That was literally the first stream we did last week, and if you go back to multiple streams I did last week, you'll see me talk about like, yo, keep an eye on that 45.50, because again, that's one stream and we did a good amount of streams last week. 45.50, like that just shows you sometimes you got to keep an eye on a key price, or you got to understand what could be possible. Like be aware of different situations that could happen. It can always happen. That shows you like it could always hit that zone, that price, that level, no matter what time it is in the week. Yeah, a lot of news hitting the market. President Trump imposing 10% tariffs on the following countries. The tariff will increase to 25% on June 1st if a deal to acquire Greenland is not reached. So Trump, it looks like starting the year like it was starting like last year. If anybody was trading January, February, March last year started off maybe not how we were used to trading the years prior to, or the tonality of the market, the volatility, because this stuff creates a lot of volatility, right, in the markets, right? This stuff creates a lot of volatility in the markets, and like if anyone was trading January, February, March last year, there was a lot of news, and it was something definitely to adapt to, is the point I'm getting to. So there's a video on my channel that I want you guys to watch. Well, you watched them all. If you didn't see that gold one though, make sure you go back and watch it too. Like, I went over some very key information that you might not be aware of up to this point as to why gold is where it is, right? And we also talk about seasonality. Remember, we're in January, February, March. Gold tends to move strong in January, February, March on a yearly basis. Maybe not every year, but most years, January, February, March tend to be a strong season for gold. Maybe we're maybe seeing that effect also along with. So we have all these fundamentals, we have all these headlines, we have all this news, uncertainty in the world. We have price action, price action seems to be flowing with that, right? Like the chart's telling definitely a story. The price seems to be flowing, right? We have all this news, all this headlines that we got to keep up with. Price action tends to be flowing with that on the bigger picture, right? And we also have seasonality. We have seasonality January, February, March. So it's like things that are maybe going into effect. So this is one thing. This is one thing that could, it's like, even let's say maybe without all the headlines, maybe seasonality is strong for gold. Maybe without all the headlines, okay? Maybe the headlines are creating more demand, right? More or less of these different things. We want to follow price action at the end of the day. We want to follow the charts and look for good setups, good entries. And it could be a time to try to hold your winners. If you get some good entries, you get some good trades that go into good profit. Like, it definitely takes patience. There's two types of patience. There's the patience for waiting for a good trade, waiting for a good setup. And then there's the patience to holding a trade, right? Long term and trying to catch these waves. They can be hard to catch because honestly, you actually need patience to hold through, right? It could take days or even week to weeks. It could take a week or weeks to hold through these waves or days, right? So that's why I do like day trading, going to the market at different times of the day, like late Tokyo, London, or New York session with gold. I always find it can provide different entries, day trading it throughout the week, and those pips can stack up. It can be, I find at times it can be, there's a lot of volatility, so it's like you enter gold, you go up 200 pips, you want to close that trade, right? You're up 100 pips, you're up 200 pips, you want to close that trade, right? You don't want it to come back to your entry. You don't want that FOMO of it coming back to your entry and seeing that profit diminish. So it can be harder. It does take a level of patience, maybe not looking at your trades so much. If you're trying to swing the market, maybe make a swing account, the same trade. So like you could have, you could have, let's say, a day trading account. And you could have two accounts, let's say you have two accounts, I don't know, a swing account, and you put, let's say you put $500 in both instead of 1,000 in one, or you put 1,000 in both instead of 2,000 in one of them. I don't know, let's just say there's, as an example, it could be any number. I'm just going to say $500 as an example. You put 500 in both, right? The same trades you take on your day trade, the same trades you take here, you take over here, right? Now the day trading ones you want to get out of when they hit your take profits. They hit your take profit 2, your take profit 3, whatever. Your day trading trades, you get out by the end of the day, you get out by a certain time, you get out by a couple hours. The swing trading account, you take the same trades on that one, you move those to break even, and you don't look at it until like you realize, oh, maybe it went break even, because it's like day trading. Here's the thing: if you're day trading the market, what's a swing trade in a market like this, right? In a market like this, like what's a swing trade really? Like, I mean, you're gonna have something you're gonna have to hold, right? We know the direction, right? When you're day trading, really, like you're taking multiple entries. Maybe you're getting one entry a day, 2 entries a day, right? So those different entries, you never know which one you could put to break even, and it could just be a runner, right? They say let your winners run in trading. So it's like those same day trading positions could ultimately be swings. You never know, right? Like if you take 50 trades, most of them you're probably going to close early. Most of your profitable trades, you're probably going to close early. It's your losing trades that you probably hold longer, or your trades that are in drawdown. You probably hold your losing trades or your trades in drawdown longer than you hold your winning trades, right? So it's like if you have 2 accounts, one, you take the same trades on both, and then one you're just like, okay, the day trading account you're getting out of by the end of the day, or by the session, or if the market makes a good move, you get out. The other one you keep at break even. Maybe something to think about, especially in a market like this. There's a lot of day trading opportunities, right? But obviously, you can see like if you're able to hold a swing at a certain time, that could take again that takes patience. So the level of patience, it's either if you're just trying to hold one trade for a good amount of time, you miss out on those day trading entries. You just got to hold that. You got to have that level of patience to just hold, right? Gold looking strong. Like I said, there's been a lot of things circulating this weekend. This happened pretty much like when market closed, right? It's like, again, market's closed and something happens over the weekend that is geopolitical. Trade where, Trump's imposing this. He wants Greenland. And then you also have that whole Supreme Court. You have him in the whole Supreme Court thing, talking about if his tariffs are even legal or not, if they're illegal, if they're even legal, if they abide by things. That's going on. Again, like tension in the Middle East, tensions in the South. We just had Venezuela, and then there's talks about Mexico. You saw how he threatened Colombia as well, and the whole Iran. There's a lot of talks about how rumors are having it. Things are senior U.S. officials told Israel Channel 12 that a military strike in Iran is now considered inevitable, describing it as a matter of timing rather than a possibility. And that, apparently, like if you go, some of these things are not as facts. We got to look into what's so much facts. But we know there's a lot. There's enough we've been seeing. Seeing all this stuff. Trump came out with the another big Donald Trump tweet. Yeah, February 1st. So strong measures taken, supplemental period situations, and quickly, without question, starting on February 1st, 2026, all the above mentioned, the countries will be charged 10% tariff on any and all goods sent to the United States of America. On June 1st, the tariff will be increased to 25%. Definitely due and payable until such time as the deal is reached for the complete and total purchase of Greenland. The United States has been trying to do this transaction for over 150 years. Many presidents have tried, and for good reason, but Denmark has always refused. Now, because of the Golden Dome and modern-day weapon systems, both offensive and defensive, they need to acquire. Yeah, because I guess where Greenland is, if any country basically decides to strike, like Greenland's right there, in the how things are mapped out between defense and that's what I was researching and seeing. If U.S. strikes this country, if this country strikes U.S. It's getting interesting on season 2 of Donald Trump. 2025 was season 1. 2026 season 2 is definitely heating up rapidly. He wants Greenland. This guy's got some fucking balls, as you can see. Like one man versus what? Like he's attacking. So yeah, that's why what you're going to probably see with price is very controlled price action. That's what you had last week, really. Last week, when you think about gold, there was a lot of up and down, and then you had a huge liquidity grab. Liquidity grabs can be something to anticipate, obviously, with gold and its volatility. We did talk about this last week, though. Towards the end of the week, I was saying, there is a lot of liquidity here. It did come back to the previous all-time high, literally, perfectly. Big liquidity grab by the dip situation. They made money. Anyone who bought the dip, what do you know? Quite ironic how it all plays out afterwards. European Union sent trade deal with U.S. following President Trump's tariff deal. Bloomberg reports. Yeah, so this is getting pretty spicy. Also, Donald Trump says he will be suing J.P. Morgan. I think that's actually going into. I think first he said he's going to do it, and then he's actually effectively suing them. Black swan for silver markets. Yeah, so metals being effective. Yeah, so all of this, like, all of this could have major implications for precious metals. So yeah, basically, guys, renewed trade pressure between the U.S. and parts of Europe is back in the conversation. This could keep buyers are probably going to be just staying a bit more in control, like, with all this news going on. We might maintain. Silver's already sensitive to supply distributions. Gold historically benefits when trade uncertainty and geopolitical stress rise. So yeah, geopolitical stress is rising. Man, if anybody's been like actually tuning into the sessions and listen to like anything that I say, like, there's a lot I've been saying about you know. Yeah, so gold historically benefits when times are like this. There's a lot of geopolitical tension, geopolitical stress in the markets in the world. So right now, like, markets opened up with a boom. We are already seeing like a break above this resistance on gold. We're already seeing like the strong break above here. Like, you're looking at a consolidation right now. Price is just consolidating. I think we're going to break up. It's either we're going to break up tonight, maybe going into tomorrow, or we're going to go for like a liquidity grab. Like, price could try to go for a liquidity grab. Any dips are probably going to get bought up this week for gold. We just made a new all-time high. So any like pullbacks, any dips probably get bought up. I think with the way the market's already moving. We're already above structure here. Like, we're already above this resistance, consolidating above it. Market opened up with a bang. We're consolidating above these highs, this resistance that we made all last week. Last week basically consolidated and broke up early this week. And yeah, we're making this mini consolidation. And it looks like we're going to stay above like 46.50 for now. Like, maybe we hold 46.50. Yeah, but buyers will probably stay in control. You'll probably see like buyers more in control. That could be like flag patterns, where you get continuations, or it could go for like a bigger dip but still make a continuation. For now, it looks like we're consolidating. Like, we made a huge move, market open, and now the price is kind of consolidating. It's maybe going to try to retest 46.50. Like, if you look at 46.50, that is kind of holding right now. We might try to come back and retest 46.50, 46.45 area. I was taking buys when it was around 46.55. I hit 46.55 like right here. I caught some buys like literally right here. 46.55, 46.50 area. Like, right now the market looks like it kind of has some control, and it's consolidating. You might try to get a break out of that consolidation going into like London session or New York tomorrow. Now, one thing you might notice New York did a few times last week was it had these big drops. So Friday there was a big drop in New York. If you go back to Thursday there was a big drop coming into New York. If you go back to Wednesday there was a big drop coming into New York. And Tuesday pumped up, and then it dropped afterwards. Monday pumped up. There was a drop right here, pumped up, dropped afterwards. So it's like you look at 3 days in a row. Like, early New York, I noticed there was dumps to buy, and then Friday took out all the liquidity, dump to buy. New York could be a key time to focus on. If you see any dumps in New York, it could be like how we've seen the last few days New York played out. There was early sell-offs coming into New York, session, and then price ended up turning into a buy the dip situation. So if we're thinking like because like with trading, like a lot of you guys are asking me in DMs and in chat, can we fill the gap? And I'm like, you guys have asked me that question 3 weeks in a row now, and I've never answered anything about. Like anytime someone asked me, I've said we could, but just look for setups still. Like focus on what could happen. Like, okay, yeah, we could fill the gap, right? It's something that could happen. I could be aware of that, but I'm not gonna base my whole like decision making off, okay, the gap needs to get filled. The gap needs to get filled. There's been a gap for the last 3 weeks, all right? You guys have asked me that every single time. I've said the same thing. Like, okay, I'm aware there's a gap, and yeah, it could get filled. So how can I position myself accordingly that if it does get filled, I'm not, losing so bad, or I'm not getting screwed, I'm not holding buys while the gap's getting filled, right? How I can understand that's a possibility. I don't have to get scared and be like, oh my God, what if the gap gets filled, right? I can find trades and still manage my risk above that, right? Like, you guys have asked me 3 weeks in a row about the gap on DMs, chat, and everything. Discord, Telegram. I've said the same thing every week now. I'm going to say the third thing again. I'm going to say it 3 weeks in a row now, right? Like, yes, yes or no. It could. It doesn't have to, right? The gap doesn't have to get filled. It could. So if it does, how do I go about that, right? Or if it does, like, am I looking for trades before that? Yeah, like I'm not gonna be focused on the gap. I'm gonna be focused on price, right? Maybe focus on price. I could be aware of that gap being filled, right? And saying, okay, like what would that look like? What time maybe? Is the market dropping towards that gap at a certain time? Is it dumping? Like, look what I just showed you in the last 3 days. The biggest drops are pretty much like a New York session or after New York session, right? Last 3 days you've seen these drops in New York session. So if whatever I'm seeing up here gets invalidated, it's like, okay, then it's closer to the gap, right? And it gets filled. That doesn't wreck my trading, right? So it's like if we break below here, what time is that happening at? How is that looking, right? How is price being delivered? Is it dumping? Like, look what Friday did. Friday dumped in New York session. That was a perfect buy setup. So and like really, if it comes back to that gap, it's like, okay, we're maybe setting up for like a break and retest. But for now, I'm going to focus on like the current momentum. What's possible with where price is? More so, like what are the possibilities with where price is? I know it's strong, right? I want to take advantage of that. And yeah, like we're holding 4650. That's a key price level, 4650 level. I think we might just maintain that maybe to start the week off, or we're gonna try to fill the gap. But no, like it would just be the market trying to grab lower liquidity. Like it pumped up, market pumped up, almost came back to 4650, almost did, and it's just been consolidating after that pump. So it's like it could just maintain itself with more control up here. Like price could stay controlled. That's the thing. When there's demand in the market for something like gold, when gold has demand and it's trending, it can be very controlled, and it can have a lot of breakouts, or like it could stay controlled more, not go as like crazy down, like down like crazy. It could stay controlled before making those pumps. When you have demand in a market and you have reasoning, this isn't based off of sentiment or hype. None of what we're talking about tonight is based off of sentiment or hype, right? Why the price is moving the way it is and why there is demand. There's reasoning behind that. When you have those things lining up together, right? Like in the last weeks, in the last year, in the last months, it's lined up ever so perfectly, right? Price can stay controlled. right? That's when there's demand, there could be control for price. Look at last week, for example. Like last week, it pumped up and it didn't really go down, right? It went up and it came down and it still kind of pumped up and it came down and it pumped up. And look up here, look up here, you have a consolidation up here, looking like it wanted to break out. Like there's control, right? There's a lot of control in the market, right now, in terms of like where the demand is, where the trend is, where the strength is. So when you're looking at the market from, again, a real live like this, like you have to understand those things, especially if you're trying to catch on with it. Because like this could just try to break out more to the upside. Like it rejected here on the 30-minute. It rejected on the 1 hour as well. 4 hours probably still bullish. All right, when you look at when you're looking at the 15-minute, looks like consolidation. And in a situation like this, like buyers are in control. Like the market has that control, which is maintaining. When things maintain certain levels or above the ceiling or above the floor, like the floor or the support is maintaining, the resistance is maintaining, or above the resistance or maintaining. You have this big candle here, right? Like if we come back into that candle, which would be like taking out this liquidity, like buyers will probably step in. We have like liquidity here, we have support made there. If we go below that, there's another set, like it's setting up for just an entirely different thing. If it doesn't stay in control up here, or if the market doesn't stay in control up here and make more continuations, the market's just going for another thing, another setup, right? It's trying to grab lower liquidity, find a lower entry. And that would probably look like it taking out these lows, trying to find a lower entry, coming back more into this candlestick. And like for now, like you could literally see the 5 minutes just consolidating. We might maintain some of these, like 46.50s kind of gone, but it could try to come back to it coming into like London volume. It looks like it's holding 46.60 now, like it's holding that support. Honestly, gold could try to break out. It might be a breakout or liquidity grab to try to find like a lower price, like take out the lows. This thing might go to $4,700. Might be trying to go there. There might be a magnet pretty much at like 4,700. Like we pumped up, and since we pumped up, we have first pullback. Like every first pullback, buyers stepped in. Next pullback accumulated, buyers stepped in, buyers stepped in. Every pullback, pretty much buyers are stepping in. Gold may be in a phase now. It may be in that phase where pullbacks, buyers are stepping in aggressively, even on pullbacks, whatever time frame you look at, even on like 5 minute window. If you're looking at like if you go look at last week, for example, and you go look at since gold broke out, since it made this high last week, when it broke out last week, every pullback, however you look, like every pullback that it did, a buyer, buyers would really step in. Like if you look at a 5 minute, like even here, like buyers would step in pretty much any attempt they got, even on ways down, even on the ways down, like even on the declines down, buyers would step in. You see lower lows here, lower lows here, buyers would step in. So whatever time frame you're really looking at, like you're getting a lot of buyers stepping in. Like even if you're looking at the 1 hour and you're just looking at bigger moves, you're looking at bigger moves down, bigger moves down, bigger moves down, bigger moves down, buyers stepping in. Now you're looking at, even if you're just looking at 4 hour candles and you're looking at the times that 4 hour dropped, 4 hour drops, buyers step in. Here, 4 hour drops, buyers step in. Here, 4 hour drops, buyers step in. Here, 4 hour drops, buyers step in. Every time the 4 hour dropped, buyers would step in. Every time the 4 hour drops, buyers would step in the market. So it's like time frames. Obviously, like we're looking at the 5 minutes. The only thing you can really see like structure or something right now. Like okay, maybe we're trying to get continuation. We're still strong, or we're trying to go for like that pullback to like previous resistance, get a deeper retracement. what does that look like? If let's say a 4 hour pulls back, if the 4 hour pulls back, right? It's like, okay, maybe that bigger buy setup is coming. Right now, looks like it's maintaining itself, guys. Like kind of like buyers in control. I think like how I would go about it mentally is thinking like, okay, we're above 46.50. I think we're gonna stay above 46.50. That would obviously be the best entry. Maybe 46.55. 46.60 is where you start to push it. It's like, okay, because what if we go for that deeper liquidity grab? So you have like an area there that we're holding. You have support here kind of around, I would say 46.60. So there's like some areas you could maybe try to make depending on how low price goes. Like, I don't know if we're going to come back to 46.50, but it looks like we are holding it. It looks like we are holding it for now. Interesting times. So it's definitely interesting times, yeah, for sure. I think New York will push down. That's a possibility. So that's like that's things you want to think of. You want to like, so a lot of you guys ask me about the gap, like having the gap. That's a possibility, something you could think of. So it's like someone just said they think New York will push down. So it's like, okay, that's a possibility. How does that look? Where does price go? I like to keep things in the back of my mind of like what could happen. It's like, okay, I understand we could come down to here, but it's not all that I have to wait for, right? I understand that's a possibility. I want to be aware that could happen. In case it does happen, I don't want to trap myself, and be in the wrong trade, right? I want to make sure I'm, proper risk management, not holding, make sure stop loss, close a trade. I sometimes don't use stop losses, but I'm good. Been on a roll. Got a good. I had some trades from Friday, but yeah, I'm holding a couple positions break even on gold. Like I was able to catch some entries over here. I was really hoping it came down to 46.50. It could just push up. It could just try to push up tonight, going into tomorrow. But it's definitely like trying to look for those buy setups, those good pullbacks. Market broke out tonight, and it's like, okay, when you're in a spot like that, it might be, even now, it might be hard to look at where price could go, how to trade price. It's pretty much in like discovery mode at this point. And I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. You guys can go on YouTube, go on Twitter, do as much research as you can, right? Because depending on how things escalate, it could push the prices of gold further, closer to 5K, depending on how things escalate from now till February 1st. So this goes effective February 1st and then June 1st. So the next couple months, right? How is this going to affect the metals, certain markets, right? Metals, like we don't know what's next. We don't know what's next. And I don't think the world does, or the market. The market right now is like, that's why gold is pumping the way it is. I don't think the market even knows like what's next. Like hedge funds, institutions, companies, a lot of them have probably had to change their outlooks month by month, quarter by quarter, season by season, as things go, right? Remember the whole China? Remember China, the tariffs? Remember when shit was getting spicy with China and stuff? Now it's Europe back in the mix, back in the conversation. Who knows what's next? And that's what I keep saying. It's like we don't know what's going to happen in 2 years from now, let alone like next month or 2 months from now, or by the end of the month, by January 31st. So I think this is what's creating that. All this, like all these headlines are seeing every week, every other week, every month. Like the last 2 weeks were crazy, to say the least. Like the last 2 weeks have been, or last 3 weeks now, have been pretty crazy. So like what's going to happen to gold, silver, maybe even copper, platinum, the metals? Man, like they're going crazy. Silver opened up with a gap. Silver's moving like crazy. Silver might go to $100 from the looks of it, guys. I think silver is going to push to 100. Like, look where silver ended the week off, like just below 90. It's above 90 now. Silver's probably trying to maintain the 90s now and stay above 90. It went to the high 80s, just below 90s, like almost mid 80s. Held all this support here. Silver might go to $100. With the way things are looking, silver might be trying to push to 100. Gold, if with these greater forces, with all these things happening, like gold could be trying to go to 5K realistically. So it's like you either go with the trend or wait for your setup. So like your setup's not all like the signals I send, the trades I break down, and strategies I teach a lot of times. Like this isn't so like this market condition. There's not a signal right here. The signal's on like that pullback, right? Like the strategy is like 46.50, trying to use that whole number, right? If you're trying to catch like a breakout, if you can recognize patterns, momentum, demand, you might be able to understand, okay, this is a breakout. Maybe you can catch that breakout if it's trying to go to like 4,700. It could be trying to break out of this. Man, I sent a signal. I don't know if you guys saw. I sent a signal because I was watching gold when it opened. I was up. I took some profits already. I made $4,000 today. But when it was here, I was like, what to do? I closed my trades. It pulled back. When it was like around here, I was like, all right, maybe we got, I was like, all right, it's spent some time now. I was like, I didn't want to chase the first pullback. I was like, all right, it's spent some time now. It looks like it's kind of consolidating, like, momentum slowed down a bit. Maybe this is that first, like, bigger pullback. But I was like 46.50. Maybe we could hit that. We didn't, obviously. It held 46.55. So I was looking for like, I was using 46.50, 46.55 area trying to get entry. Like I literally got in like here. Maybe the same zone holds. Like if it comes back to it or close to it. If it comes back, it could. Maybe the same zone holds. New York will definitely be an interesting market. Obviously, futures, CFDs, forex is open. I think stock market's closed. It's like Tuesday too. Tuesday's going to be an interesting day for the stock market. Oh, it's a bank holiday today for USD. Yeah, Monday, bank holiday. Stock market. So Tuesday, stock market's going to move like crazy Tuesday. Yeah, New York sessions will probably be interesting for gold. There'll probably be like, there could be buy the dip scenarios for New York. New York bullish, but is that bullish before? Like you could get, there's two ways we could get New York bullish. It's like bullish going into New York, or it's like last week you saw New York dips and there's a buy. I think New York will probably treat the market bullish this week, like with all this news circulating. Like New York's probably going to treat the market bullish this week. Try to look for buys. Maybe that's buy the dips for New York. A lot of news like Middle East, the South, the whole Iran. Like I guess like Israel's media reports that Israel prefers a major U.S. strike on Iran at a later stage rather than limit attack now, as Washington continues building up troops in the region. Defense operation degrade our instabilities, while a small strike may fail short of strategic goals. What the heck? U.S. forces are steadily positioned across the Middle East, fueling speculation on a potential large-scale strike. Such a move would significantly escalate regional tensions and could draw in multiple countries. If this happens, guys, like if this happens, like gold's going to 5K. Right? I don't know. A lot of people, there's like a bet I think about it too. I think people are betting on if it's going to happen or not. I think people are betting by like January 31st if it happens or not. Let's see. If it happens, get ready to buy gold. Like if that happens, get ready to buy gold. All right? That's why, like, I'm always on my phone. Like, I've been, like, I'm on it right now a lot. Like I streamed a lot last week. Like go look how many times I streamed last week, sending signals, trying to make some money. Trying to take advantage of what's here, but I'm trying to be on it. I'm on it. Like I'm on my phone a lot, not just like trying to make the money, but just like in case something happens, you know, like just like looking at things, just trying to see, like not trying to get too distracted. Like, let's see, chat. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Did anybody have gold buys on since last? Did anybody have gold buys? Did anybody catch any trades? It's holiday in the U.S., but yo, like we've seen holidays. I mean, gold will do what it wants to do. That's the thing, man. Right now, I'm still keeping my eye on gold. I know it's holiday. Tuesday's probably gonna open crazy. Like gold though, like well, I think we've learned like I don't know. I think we've learned gold will do what it does. Like gold will often do what it wants to do, too. Like let's see. Like maybe we like I would think maybe the same zone. I did send a signal in the chats. I sent a public signal. I don't know if you guys saw it or were able to catch it. It didn't hit 55. Like 55 exactly. Like when I send a signal, like you always use like the whole numbers as a zone. Like it hit. Like if you had your buy at 55 to be exact, it wouldn't have hit. But like the surrounding area of 55, like you like literally like 55 react. That's where I was like literally I was calling a trade here, trying to get 55, 50 area. I was hoping for like a pullback to 4650, 4655 area because I saw it already react. I saw it already kind of came to 40, almost came to 4650. I was like, okay, we had like a reaction here, so I was like, maybe we can get a pullback again in that area. It didn't get quite there, right? Unfortunately, like as much as we would have wanted. Some of you guys probably didn't get filled, but I saw some people there to catch it. Like I know some inner circle students caught it. Like some people that catch it. 109 profit, done scalping for the night. I think I saw in Telegram a couple people were to catch it. I think more people caught it. You guys are being shy. Yeah, it was an alright move. Like that area is holding. Like we have that 4650 holding. Early strength into the week. Gold, the last 3 weeks, guys, like has done the same thing. 3 weeks in a row. Now we're on the third week of 2026, and guys, go study 2025 January after this session. All right, go study, and some of you guys, maybe a handful of you guys, were live with me January 2025 and February 2025. Go study January 2025. And like I said, maybe a good amount of you guys were live with me a year ago in January when we started streaming. We started streaming exactly 1 year ago. I think I had like 3,000 followers, 4,000 followers, something like that. Now I'm almost at 10,000, I think, on the way to like about 9,000. 1 year ago, we started streaming in January. January 6th or January 9th was our first session, and we were on the gold market. Go study gold. It's actually starting to maybe look like January of last year, or even January, February of last year. Go look at it. We'll look at it here live, but I want you guys to study it because I know in the back of my head I can see it right now without even having to look at it. All right. So yeah, it does look like we might be trying to break to the upside, guys. Like we have this consolidation. It might be trying to break out. There is that early strength. Kind of what we've seen the last 3 weeks. Like maybe you could try to play a break and retest if we get above here. You could maybe try to play a break and retest setup if we get above here. Personally, I'm not looking for sells. I know we're all-time high. You guys understand? There's a reason we're at all-time high with gold, silver. Like the price is not random why it's up here. And with how things are looking, if things keep escalating, and I don't even think it needs to keep things to escalate so much, but there's still probably going to be this short-term demand going into like February. go study last year. But yeah, like I was saying, basically the last 3 weeks, guys, the market has opened the same. So at some point this week, we could expect a correction, because if you actually look the last 3 weeks, 1, 2, 2, and now 3. Friday's been a perfect buy. Thursday, Friday's been a perfect buy the last 3 weeks. Thursday, Friday, perfect buys, basically, to say the least. So yeah, if you look at the market, 3 weeks in a row, it's done the same thing. And there has been, you know, it did go up. It kept continuing up and continued up a bit here. There has been a correction every week. And go back to last week's sessions. It's crazy because I did say this is a possibility. I did say last week, maybe we could do something like this week. And we pretty much did. So there's been a correction. So like, there probably will be a bigger correction or bigger dips this week to look for buying opportunities to try to keep going with that trend. All right. It probably will be, to say the least. Yeah, gold is moving. Gold is breaking out. I mean, in times like this is where, like, I've been on the charts a lot the last year. So I've obviously seen a lot of gold's movements, and I've seen times like this where it's just explosive with movement, expanding. This is a lot of times where the price could just be very much in like a continuation state, like very continuative, like strong. It's kind of like where flag patterns work, where continuations and just kind of going with the flow, like the trend works more than so when there's strength like this. With all the geopolitical tension, guys, remember, like, with all the things happening, there's all this geopolitical tension that's causing this. It's not just like random. Donald Trump, that he's got 3 more years too. President Donald Trump of the United States. He's got 3 more years, right? 3 more years as a sitting president. So as you see, like, he's not wasting time. He's trying to move. He's trying to get things, do things his way and what he wants done for USA quickly. However that looks, good or bad or good, whether that's bad first then good or good. Yeah, that's how things are looking, to be honest. So it's like the climate of the market, guys. I'll send signals when I see them. Like I sent a buy out. I don't know if you guys were able to catch it. Let me know in the chat if you guys are able to catch the buy that I sent out earlier. When I see a good trade, like a good entry, like, I'm not just gonna send a signal right now. Yeah, I understand price could keep pushing up, but it's not really like a good signal. Like, I sent that because, okay, like, I knew there was a good buy there. It was like, and it fits more strategy and stuff that I teach. Right now, it's like, okay, like, yeah, price keeps pushing up, but I'm not going to send a buy. I'm going to send buys when I know there's, like, a good entry. And, like, for instance, like, I sent a buy at 936. That's when price was over here, right? So I was literally, this candlestick is when I sent the buy. So for me, it was at a good spot, like, and I'm trying to, if I'm sending a signal, trying to keep that, that same consistency of, like, where I'm entering, and not just throw a signal out and then it loses and that's like, there's the entry I really, for a random reason. Like, yeah, prices keep pushing. This is maybe a setup. This is where you guys got to experience things too. Like, I'm in buys, right? I'm not always, like, I'm a trader. We're all traders. This is where you guys got to level up, get good too. Like, stay on the charts. I'm not going to always be able to push buttons for you guys, right? I'm not always going to be the baby you guys and, spoon feed you guys and push the buttons for you guys, right? This is where the market's the market, and not everything I do I can explain too. Like, so a lot of things are just second nature, the way I trade too. But I'll send signals when I see good trades. Like, there's a good trade here, good entry here that I was seeing. Wish it went more into our zone. That would have been perfect if it did, We would have had, like, crazy trade already to start the week off. Well, yeah, it's still Monday night, like, going into Monday, Sunday, we just, Monday, we got a whole week ahead. We're going to be looking at the markets every day, analyzing things every day. Yeah, it sucks. Like, this, mind you, this is where I was looking for the buy. That's where I sent the signal. So I'm looking for good trades. Like, I'm not trying to send out, just any random signal, you know. So we can have consistent, decent entries, good entries to look forward to as well. So pretty much held that. It's been pushing up. Maybe we break, retest this area around 46.75. That could be maybe the next setup. But we're going to be looking at the market every day. New York session dips. Like even someone said in the chat, if New York session is dropping, the last 3 days, New York's done that. Last 3 days, there was a big drop at one point in New York. Like a big drop down. And that created like a good buy for the time for New York session. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Last 3 weeks, like this is definitely something to take note of. How the last 3 weeks have traded. Like, honestly, guys, for your own trading too, like since last week, now, like between all accounts, I'm up $21,000, but just on one account, I'm up $14,000 since last week. And like even just for your own trading, guys, like it's been as good. It's this last 3 weeks has been like even going into the third week now. So last 2 weeks, now week 3, has been pretty easy, right? Like, to say the least as a trader, like the last 3 weeks has been pretty easy. If you've been stressing out the last 3 weeks, if the last 3 weeks are hard to you, if you're looking at the market like, man, I'm not getting the results I want, like the last 3 weeks were pretty easy, guys. Look how many I've sent a good amount of signals to you guys that have hit a lot of. I've broken down every signal I've sent. Like the last 3 weeks are pretty easy. So if you're confused, lock in, like pay attention, right? Like the last 3 weeks have been pretty easy, like nothing crazy. One of those markets where if you're locked in, you're sharp, you're on the charts. Easy buying market. I don't want to say as easy as just clicking buy. Like I don't want to say as easy as just like just clicking buy, like, but for really, like there's been a lot of setups. There's been a lot of market movement to catch on to, a lot of momentum. Yeah, stay patient. If I see a good signal, I'll drop it, but I'm not going to send. There's not a signal here. Yeah, price could keep going up. London's loading. I'm going to be up. I took a fire nap today. Like I fell asleep before the market opened. I woke up. Price was right here, pumping. I literally woke up and I was like, oh my God, this is great. Woke up, made $3,900, and yeah, and a bit more. The day's up 4,050 for the day, so I'll take that. Light day, good day. Could have been more. So yeah, I took a nap. Like I slept from like 3 p.m. till like 8 p.m. 7 or 8, like 8 p.m. around there. I think I woke up actually here. I might have woken up here. So it was like closer to 8 p.m. I'm gonna be up for the next few hours scanning the charts. Maybe we got a London session signal. So yeah, I'm gonna be up for like the next 3 hours and see. Maybe there's an entry, maybe there's a trade, maybe price moves. Low volume, yeah, it might be a bit of low volume because New York session, but the New York session tomorrow. But gold tends to do what gold likes to do. I think still keeping an eye on it. Like you don't have to get so aggressive with your trading. If you're like bank holiday tomorrow, still keep an eye on things. Look for setups. Like that's what we do. We come on the charts to look for setups, to look at what the market's doing, spot any possibilities, any things that could happen. Predicting the future. We predict the future a lot of times. Yeah, I tried for a signal tonight. I don't know if let me know. Hopefully you guys caught it. I asked if any of you guys did. Let me know in the chat if any of you guys are able to catch it. I sent it in Telegram too. I got in, obviously. Like price started to hit 55, like 46.55s. That's when I started entering, and I honestly thought it was gonna go lower. I thought it was gonna get a deeper fill, but it obviously didn't. Sucks. That can happen. Can happen. That can happen. That can happen, folks. It sucks when that happens. That can fucking happen. Things happen. All right? Things happen. Things happen. It sucks when that happens. Shit happens. You know? We move on. We live and we learn. But now you guys see why Christmas week and the week coming into January, I was still locked in on the charts. So I could keep the rhythm flowing, the momentum flowing. So it's not like I'm getting on the charts this week, like, all right, where's gold at? I know some of you guys just hopped on the charts for the first time last week, for example, right? But me, for instance, like, I stayed on the charts to keep an eye on things and watch, not so I could stay adapted to price, right? Like, I obviously do this full time, and it benefited me. Because up to this point, like, I know where price is. I've followed the flow the last 3 weeks, 4-ish weeks, you know, like 3.5 weeks. Because I started streaming again, I think, like December 29th. Like December 28th, December 29th. Yeah, December 29th is when I started streaming again, December 29th. And bro, we've been talking about buys since then. Like I'm telling you, like, I literally said gold's gonna fucking go up. Gold's gonna fucking go up. Like the last time we did a drop like this, like I'm telling you guys, like I literally said the last time we did a drop like this was in November, and we're probably gonna do the same move, and we did. So I didn't keep my eyes off price. So I started streaming again December 29th, and it was to keep a flow on price, to keep an eye on things, to keep that watch, you know, not lose track of things. So I don't come to the charts right now or last week like, holy shit, where's price? What's happened? Because, man, there's been a lot to the last 3 weeks. Man, let me tell you. I think I, like, just for experience wise, like the last 3 weeks are the types of weeks where you can experience months, or like, I don't want to, like, even like years of experience can get made. Like, I made someone's yearly salary in the last 2 weeks. Like, trading. Like, I'm on the way to, like, 30. If I still hold these trades, I'll probably be up, like, 30K. We'll see. Right now, up $21,962 in the last, like, 2 weeks. So I'm going to see if I can get that to, like, 30K this week. And it's weeks like this where you can, you know, make a good, you know, chunk there. That pays my, that's a year of rent for me right there. What do I pay in rent? I pay like 40,000. I pay like 40,000 a year. You know, there you go. Just paid a year's rent right there. About in 2 weeks. There we go. That's it. But like the last 2 weeks, experience wise, like, if this is why I say, like, trading is something you got to be consistent with, because, like, experience gets made in, like, I think, like, weeks like that we had in the last 2 weeks. So, like, take 2025 for example. So many different weeks in 2025 where, like, so much of your experience can get made. A lot of experience can get made. I guess with where I'm at now, after 10 years of trading, that's how it is for me. Like, weeks, I can get, like, so much better in weeks now versus, like, when I started, how many months I had to spend on the charts just to, like, get the ball rolling, find rhythm, this and that. It's like, after I've been trading for 11 years now, and when you're trading that long, I'll tell you, when you spend as much time I've spent on the chart, I've spent 11 years on the charts, your experience multiplies, it compounds. Like, 1 week for me is a year for some of you guys. Like, 1 or 2 good weeks for me is like a year for most, like 90% of you. So that's why, like, I'm not always sending signals, this, or like, maybe one good week for me is like months for some of you, depending on your level. But legit, like a couple good weeks, maybe 2 good weeks for me could be a year for some of you guys, and then most of you guys months, right? One good month for me could be a year for some of you guys or a lot of you guys. It's like time compounds itself. So it's a rate. You're on a race. You're on a race. Like time. What's time? Like time. There's one person who's doing. There's people out there who are doing in a week what others take to do in a year. And I'm not just necessarily talking about money. I'm talking about the experience. Like just even experience, like gaining efficiency, experience, and getting things done too. Maybe we get the break and re. Maybe we get the break and re, guys. Break and re above 46.75. Last week we're saying 45. This week we're saying 46. Next week we're going to be saying 47. Next week we're going to be saying 47s. It's like, all right, 46 and 45, 42. Next week we're saying 47s. Trade breakdowns are pretty good. Yeah, I upload some trade breakdowns. I got to upload a couple more. If you're in the inner circle, make sure you check out the new section I added here, trade breakdowns 2026. Yo, like a lot of you guys asked me, Evan, like what do you, step by step, what do you use it? Like these are the thing is, every single one of these trades is a signal that I sent. So every single one of these is a signal actually that I sent out. There's a few more I got to add in here. They're all signals, real-time market execution. It's not just like a trade that's like, yo, I took this trade. No, they're all signals that I sent. Every single one. There's actually a lot of value in those videos because it just shows you simplicity is key. Simplicity is key. It shows you in those videos. And some of them are pretty similar setups, but just going with the trend. Really going with the trend, really. Say like the most, like there was 2 setups that happened like the same that we took. We took a buy here on gold. We took a buy here on gold. Yo, smash that like button if you guys are getting value. Let me know in the chat if you guys understand everything I'm talking about here tonight. Let me know if you guys have any questions before we wrap it up here. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. This is my Instagram account right here. Make sure you guys are following me there. I've been starting to post a lot of content, and I'm going to be posting a lot more. Make sure you guys comment, like, show some love. I know you guys want signals. So, you guys want more signals? All right. All I ask you, show some love. Show some energy. These signals, man. I stay up every night. I stay up late night for you guys. It's fucking 1 in the morning, and watch, I'm gonna be looking for a signal for you guys tonight. All right, so show some love. Follow me on Instagram. Show some love to keep the energy rolling, to keep the ball rolling. All right. Comment. Look, I posted this today. This is a fire video. 69 likes, 16 comments. That's weak. We got 600 people in the inner circle. Man, you guys are haters. We got 647 people in the inner circle. We had 134 people on this stream. We had 532 views. Damn, man. See what I mean, man? I just posted this video today. You guys are haters. You guys are actually real life haters. Damn. I'm just realizing that now. Actually, I'm realizing it again. 69 likes. That's weak. That is weak.
Isn't giving you what?
Here you go. Here's my message to you guys.
Energy goes where attention flows.
Energy goes where attention flows.
The universe isn't giving you.
It's exactly what I was just saying. You guys want more signals, but the universe isn't giving you what you want because you're not showing love. All right? That's it. There it is.
What you want, it's giving you what you focus on the most, what you think about the most, what you speak about the most, and even what others that you surround yourself with are talking about the most. The conversations that you have with yourself and with others they compound. So the more negative self-talk that you're having, the more pain that you're talking about, the more things that you don't have that you're talking about, that's where your focus is going. That's what the universe is going to give you. And the more those conversations that you have, the more it compounds on top of each other, the more it stacks, the more power that you give to it. If you keep talking about pain, if you keep talking about negative stuff, how broke you are, that you're in bad debt, that you hate your relationship, that you're not where you want to be, that you hate where you are, if you're not working in abundance, in a state of gratitude, you're just giving more power to that negative energy. And that's what the universe is going to give you. The universe won't open the types of doors that you're looking for if you keep focusing on the bad things. So you have to give yourself an expectancy, a high expectancy for yourself. We call it the law of expectancy. Successful people always expect to succeed. Take notes. Energy.
Take fucking notes, all right? Take notes. Everybody go comment on that video right now, right? Everybody go share that video. Let's see how many people we got in here. We got 133 people. All right. What's Solana at? In the next we'll do this in the next 30 minutes, so we'll get it done fast. I'm gonna give. You know what? I'm up today. I'm gonna give someone one Solana who comments on that video. Comment something cool though, you know? Go comment on that video. I'm gonna give someone one Solana. I'm gonna pick in 30 minutes. It's 1:54. I'm gonna pick by 2:30 so we get it done. Everybody go comment on that video right now. Or I'll pick live. I'll pick live. You know what? If you do it fast enough, I'll pick live. Don't just put a fireball. Like comment, you know, maybe, all right, there's a fireball, there's a diamond. Giorgio, man. Now, Giorgio, I don't know, man. You've been flipping accounts lately, man. I don't know, Giorgio. Giorgio's showing consistent love, though. I see him in the comments. I see like the same, like 10 to 15 people consistent in the comments. Maybe I gotta give you 10 people a Solana. I still gotta give the phone away, yo. What's wrong with me? Oh, man. I'm terrible. At least I'm not terrible at trading. Yo, we're breaking. Or maybe breaking. Everybody go comment on that. That's a fire video, man. We've been making some fire content for you guys. I'm going to be posting a lot of content. A lot more. Eduardo, the mindset. See, the real truth mindset. See, I'm trying to read something. Something I can read. Big facts. Watching you this up. Yo, this might be the winner right here. Everybody go show some love. Share it too. Share it too. You gotta share that video too. Share that video. You gotta share it too. Share it on your story, alright? Show some love, right? Damn, now I gotta get more signals out. Gold, wait. I might share the story, show some love. I'm gonna pick a winner right now, actually. I'm gonna do it live. I'm gonna just do it live. We're gonna stay on the charts for a bit. Was about to get off, but the gold's breaking. What time is it? It's about to be 2 a.m. London volume, pre-London. Gold buy 46.75. Maybe we can get a pullback, like 46.75, 46.70 area. All right. New potential. That's new potential signal. You guys know what I mean. I'm illiterate. All right. Someone teach me. 46.75. Potential. I'd say SL. Like, what am I doing in this environment with all this volatility, all this headlines, noise, crazy price action? Honestly, I'm giving myself breathing room on my zones and not overthinking the risk to reward. Obviously, like, I'm more of like a 10 to 20% trader. I do kind of little higher risk in a way. But to the account balance, like I'll do high risk on a smaller account, so it's like I can afford to lose the money and reset myself, you know. I'll keep like a reserve. Like, I'll have money in my account, but I'll have, like, in case the setup goes wrong, really, like, let me rewind. Usually I'm at a point where I'm risking profit, so I'll usually risk a certain amount of profit on a trade setup, right? So usually risking profit on my trades, but I always keep keeping them out of my account where, yeah, I'm doing high risk, but it won't break me if I blow the account, if I lose half of the account, if I lose 20%, or if I take a big L. I always recover like on the next trade. If I lose, I'll recover that next trade. I'll make sure my L's I can recover. Like my L's not gonna be big enough that I can't recover it, even if I need to fund the account. Let's say if it's as drastic as it could be, like mentally, financially, the L's not gonna be 20K, 15K, 10K. You know, it's not gonna be an amount where it's like, ah, fuck, I fucked up. So honestly, what am I doing with this market? Like, I'm giving myself breathing room with where I keep my stop losses. New signal. Maybe that area we're maybe getting a break and re above that. Let me choose a winner right now. You guys share it. Let me see if you shared it. Let me see it. Let me choose a winner right now. I choose a winner. You guys gotta share it. Words from the legend. If you believe it, you will see it. I'm gonna watch this over and over again just because I need to plant this in my life. Stay filled with gratitude. Yeah, when you talk about the things you don't have, it's like, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. I'm gonna choose two. I see two good comments. I might choose two. Did you share it? Did you share it? You guys share it on your story. I think I see two. I see two comments I like. Trondon. Tron the Don. You gotta share it. You gotta share it, yo. Y'all gotta share it. Alright. Alright. The right flow of energy can change your reality. A lot of people talk about, I don't have this, I can't do this. I can't do this, and all the things I can't do or don't have. You gotta shift the thinking, like, how can I do it? Work in terms of possibilities. Think in terms of possibilities. Shift the mindset. It all starts with mindset. Millionaire mindset. Every millionaire was a millionaire in their mindset before they became a millionaire. I'm looking at the comments. All right. Side shot. Oh man, I can't send Yo, Instagram's got me cooked. If anyone's DMing me, I can't send messages for 17 hours. People, I don't know who. Someone reported my account fraudulent. And yeah, like, look at this. All right, Brian, you won. Message me. I can't send message for 17 hours though. Brian won. Side shot. And Trondon. Yeah, my phone's fucked up. This is my trading phone though, so this isn't my main phone. Trondon. Side shot. Trondon. Brian. Y'all won. Oh shit, I gotta charge this. Gold's pulling back. I'm gonna enter buys on gold. 44.65, 44.75 area. Message me. Yeah, Instagram, I don't know what they did to Yo, my Instagram got cooked. Yo, telling y'all, man. Gold buys 46.75, 46.70 area. Honestly, in this market, I've been giving myself breathing room on where I put my stop loss. It's helped me hold trades, not get mixed up in so much of the volatility. That's the way I've been angling myself, and like a lot of people are you could buy stop losses. You could shrink them a bit if you want. Like usually it doesn't come to it. Usually it's like a good area to give breathing room. But yeah, 45.65, 46.75, 46. You know what I mean. 46.75, 46.70 area. Maybe we react in here. Maybe we're getting that break and retest tonight. I'll drop a signal in the chat. Let me see. Just send me your Solana address. I can still copy it. I just can't send you messages. Send me the address. I'm gonna send it right now. Shot. GG. Brian. Just flow. His profile says just flow. I gotta do my own ads, eh? I gotta ads. comment. 4675, 4670 area gold buy. Have you guys seen those videos of the little Indian guy? He's like, gold buy, we got profit for gold buy, 4675, 10. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Come on, someone's gotta know. Someone's gotta know exactly what I'm talking about. We got profit, gold buy, 4675, profit. Someone's gotta know. 4675, 4670 area, gold possible buy. What the fuck is that guy, man? I see him all the time and now I can't find him. I swear I liked one of these videos. I gotta find that. I gotta find him. No risk, no Rari. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, gold buy. We got. It's like, oh man, it's hilarious. I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it. Solana. So one Solana right now is like, I think $130. $130, $140 around there. $133. We got gold buy, take profit. We got gold buy, take profit now. Get out 10x account. Okay, close your trade. Get out of it. Very good. We got gold buy in profit. Close your trade. 10x. Close the trade. 46.75. Damn, on the 1 minute. Holy, 1 minute trading. That's where you can catch those break and retests right away. It can be spicy though. The 1 minute. It's, you know, if the 1 minute doesn't hold, it's like fuck. So you, take the profit on the gold. There we go. One Solana. He's from Pakistan. Okay, yeah, true. He is. Yeah. It's Pakistan. Yeah. I can't find it, man. I'm trying to find it. Someone find it. Send me the link. How come I see him every day and shit, like all the time, and then when I'm looking for it, I can't find it. That's how it goes, eh? But yo, that video is fire though. I was in Dubai. Watch the Dubai vlog. I'm in the Dubai. I think in the Dubai vlog. That video is in the Dubai vlog actually. I think the most it goes is 120. It's like right here.
About the most.
There you go. All right. If you missed that blog, check it out. There's a crazy testimonial in this blog. Student who took literally $650. They called him $650. There's a screenshot. It should be here. This is a crazy testimonial. If you watch this part in the Rolls Royce, crazy testimonial. This guy was able to take fucking 600
and 20 days ago. That's crazy. Good shit, bro.
He was able to take $650 to $23,000. Yeah, watch it. Y'all didn't.
We got safe.
See, y'all don't want part 2. Subscribe for part 2, man. Y'all didn't want part 2. Oh, damn! It did get a good amount of comments actually. Okay, there we go. All right, never mind. TPs, 1, 2, 3. I like to look at like the whole numbers, like 46.80 around there. Maybe go like 79. That could be like a take profit 1. 82. I gotta like think of it and write it out on my own. If you're trying to swing, 4,700 obviously. If you're trying to swing, but if you're looking for like minimal targets, like that could just get hit, get out, and about 46.80, 46.84, 46.88. It did a little reaction off of. It might try to hold. Like it's looking like it's trying to break and retest for now. Going into London session soon too, and could be trying to hold maybe the momentum. It's been a pull back from the looks of it. But yeah, 46.75, 46.70 area. Just want to see if that holds for maybe the short term. If not, New York session, like we said a couple times, and even someone said in the chat, I noticed earlier. I'm gonna wait for like a buy in New York. You could wait and see if like New York session offers like a buy the dip. This could be possible London session setup. Again, trying to see if 46.75, 46.70 area holds. We're getting a mini break and retest right now, kind of on the 5-minute and 1 minute that I'm on right now. So maybe that holds for London session. If not, New York would probably be buy setups. We'll see. We'll just take it one session at a time. That's what I like to do. Gold possible buy 46.75, 46.70 area. 1 million lot. 1 million lot size. Silver. Silver is harder to trade than gold, actually. I don't know if all of you guys have traded silver. And you know like how its volatility. Like silver, you could. I think gold's easier to trade than silver. Like day trade, especially getting in and out. Like you got to be cautious with silver's volatility, right? With like even just like an 001, like it could go to $30, $40, $50 really quicker than gold. It does have more volatility there. So like I think like silver. If I trade it, it's like if I have a really good setup on gold and like silver's in a good zone at the same time, I may trade it. But like there's way more patience there I think needed. 46.75, 46.70 area for gold. 46.60 gold long. Maybe we're gonna break and retest on this area. We need the 5 minutes to flip back up. If not, probably be looking for trades in New York session. The last signal I sent was down here. The last signal I sent earlier tonight was way lower. If it comes back to that price, you could watch it around there. If it comes back, we need this area to basically flip. We need the 46.70 to hold. So if this area, maybe in the next hour, if we don't get a bounce back up in the next hour to two, then I'll wait for another setup. I'm not gonna go crazy heavy on this trade. Yeah, I'm not gonna go crazy heavy on this trade. I'm down $100 right now in drawdown. See if the consolidation holds. I'll keep you guys updated in Discord and Telegram. I'm gonna send a signal out in a little bit. The only other zone is the first zone I called out. I mean, if you look between 46.60, which is where the stop loss is, 46.50, that's the only other area. Gold buy, 46.70 area. 46.70, gold buy. Only other areas where I was attempting the first signal, like down here. Otherwise, I mean, that's not the only other area. Obviously, you have like the previous resistance, but I mean, like for now, if price goes for a big drop underneath, like I said, remember what I was saying about liquidity grabs and such. I would probably end up coming back to this zone, which is like the fill the gap, which everyone is talking about. Let's see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yo, we need this area to hold, basically. I'm in gold buys. I entered. I'm in a drawdown at the moment. At the momento, I'm in a drawdown. Trading the 5-minute. Scalping. Scalping time frames. Wanting to see if the trend sticks going into London. Gold does look strong right now. Silver, I'm not... silver is going to be harder to call trades out than gold, though. Silver will be... It's all about... I think there's timing delicacy there. Because, like, silver... I think you need a specific account size to trade silver. Like, you know... I mean, gold's easier to trade with a couple $100. Silver, I mean, the way it moves, like, I don't know if any of you guys have traded, like I was saying, I don't know if any of you guys have traded silver. And even if you just put like an 001 on it, it's entirely different with gold's movement compared to like gold's movement. Like, it's way more volatile, faster. So like the pennies that it moves. Like if silver moves for you on a 001 on the smallest lot size, you could see $30, $40, $50 quick on silver. On the smallest lot, you could see literally like 30, 40 bucks quick on silver. Yo, I had some lot sizes on it that I had trades that, like, I had some trades on it that ended up going, like, I had 001s that made $200. It was crazy. So silver, like, I think you have to, if you're gonna trade silver, like, practice with it on a demo first. Like, learn, like, it's lot, like, the lot size, like, practice the lot size, like, see it on, like, a demo first. Learn how the lot size moves, like, every dollar, or every couple, like, every dollar, or every penny, like, what every penny is, every 10 cents, or every dollar with the lot size. Like, learn, like, how that works before you trade it on the live account. That's just, like, my recommendation. Like, obviously, you can do whatever you want, but, like, I would just get the... If you're going to trade it and you never traded it, and you've traded gold, yeah, like, look at the lot sizes first on a demo. That's just my recommendation, yo. That's just my fair recommendation there, right? I'm in gold, still entering, pretty much like done entering. Got like some small positions stacked up. Let's see. I want to see if it flips. This is why I give myself some breathing room. If it doesn't go up, we'll see the next step. This is silver's chart though. Silver's like holding $93 now. Signals on silver would be, like I said, it'd be harder to send a signal on silver. Like, even if you use the smallest lot size, like, the, you know, some people might be using $100 accounts, 200, like, small accounts, and even the smallest lot size on silver can do like a lot quicker than gold. I'm still in gold. If it gets stopped out, it's pretty much like any other setup. Maybe look for a recovery. Maybe look for a recovery entry or wait for New York session. That's all it is. It's either wait for a recovery or New York session. Price could always flip back up. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm in gold. Yeah, it's in drawdown, but down a little bit. We'll see how this trade goes. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. It's like the second trade I'm looking at today. Caught buys down here. That other buy I sent pretty much. Did it hit take off? It pretty much did. Zone's not holding, but hey, man, have no fear. Win, lose, it is what it is. We'll see what happens with this trade. If it comes to stop loss, it's like maybe possibly consider re-entry. If it comes to the stop loss, the break and retest is not working. The break and re is not working. Now we're making like more resistance there at 44, at 40, Now we've just made like more resistance there at 44, 46.75. Even later on in the week, probably, if it doesn't end up flipping back up. Maybe it can come back up with London volume. We'll see. There was a trade like this last week. Last week we had a trade that literally came back like crazy. So we'll see. Is it still good for entry? Yeah, like I'm in drawdown, so honestly, added a few entries here and just gonna leave it at that. My stop loss 46.60. If it hits my stop loss, and I'm not gonna close the trade right away. Like I'll take off some entries. Like I'll close some entries out. Like what I like to do too when I like scale into trades is let's say the beginning of my zone doesn't work. I may close some entries in like a smaller loss. For example, like 40, I have some entries at like 46.75, 46.70. I could close some of those entries at 46.75 and that's not a problem to me. It's not the full trade. So like that's why I also like scale into things. I know a lot of you guys asked this question about why do you have so many entries? These are not all separate trades. It's all one trade, right? Spread out. So I'll do this because let's say the zone doesn't react or even work sometimes or give me a reaction. I'll close off some of those higher entries before it even comes to my stop loss just to mitigate some of that drawdown. Because like it's like, okay, it didn't react, it didn't work. Like obviously I could hold the trade until it tries to come back to entry. But I'll do that a lot of times if the first part of my zone doesn't work. I don't get like a reaction, a precisive reaction or an early reaction. I'll close off some entries and try to even form like a lower zone. And a lot of times that's where I'll get like reactions that come back to my entry and then end up pushing me into profit. Gold will probably hold. Like if this comes to stop loss, I'll probably still hold this first zone that I called out. Like earlier tonight, there was a zone that I called out way over here. I forget. Yeah, or earlier tonight, that zone could still possibly hold like 46.50. 46.50. If it comes to the stop loss, it could still try to hold like 46.50. It might come to stop loss from the looks of it. It's 40 pips away, so I'm not starting out the London session how I want to. But again, one trade at a time. You can't let one trade dictate your emotions. Obviously, I know it's going down, guys. You don't got to tell me. I'm the one who took the trade. Yeah. The more we watch it, more we think about it, more we stress out about it. Let the market do what it's going to do. We'll see if it comes down, how that looks. There might be a recovery. If it needs to be, it still could push up. Price could still push up. Just got in probably super early. But yeah, overall, still in a consolidation. Wanted to see if that break and retest was going to hold there. It didn't. I like going for those setups when I see them there. When I see them, I like going for them. So if I see a setup, I go for it. But yeah, like I'll scale into trades slowly. In case I'm even wrong too. Like I prepare myself to be wrong. In case I'm wrong, like I won't go always heavy in a position. It might look crazy, but it's not actually as crazy as it looks. Versus putting like if I were to put one big entry. Right, it's not even as crazy as it might come off looking when you see it like this. Some people get confused like it's a bunch of trades, but for me it's like one big trade in a way. Like it's obviously one, it adds up, right? I'll do it because like the market reacts. The market isn't always going to react the same way every single setup, right? It might, sometimes more, sometimes less, right? Sometimes we get perfect, precise reactions. Sometimes we don't. And with that being said, one second, looking at this trade. a situation like this is where it kind of helps me with defense in a situation like this where I might go in a drawdown and I might be wrong or early, where I'm adding entries kind of along the way down, and it's like, okay, I add some entries instead of just going full position right away and like, fuck. I got some entries, got some entries, got some entries. I got some here. I got some here. It's not a terrible drawdown right now. Money-wise, it's like, okay, I'm not down that bad. I'm down $184 right now. I'm not freaking out, right? I could mitigate some of those higher entries, some that are down. Like this one's down $22. I could close that. This one's down. I could close some of those higher entries. Because if it hits my stop loss, it's like, all right, I alleviate some of the loss in a way. I'm keeping the lower entries. It helps for even situations like this where I might be wrong or it might be early or the trade's not going perfectly as planned. Why I'll do entries like that too. So I could close some off. Maybe I was early on the setup, didn't get in the right time, not the entry zone that I wanted, or what I was seeing didn't play out, right? I don't have to be emotional to it, but I could work around being wrong too at times, right? They're not always going to be right. So I can work around, okay, I'm being wrong, prepare myself for that if it's going to go to the stop loss or not. It is pulling back. I do think we'll push up today, though. Like, I do think we're going to push up for the rest of the week. But, yeah, kind of doing what it did the last few weeks pretty much. Like, it broke out, pulled back, and it ended up just kind of trending. Maybe we're getting, like, this move down before we go up one more time. And same thing with the last week. Like, price broke out. It, like, gradually pushed up. And then there was a big pullback and went up. So the last 2 weeks, if you go study what the last 2 weeks did, like the first 48 hours of the market, you'll kind of see they're similar. So might get a similar effect. Like we might just keep pushing up, like try to just keep pushing up, grind up a bit. That's what I think personally with gold. Like even right now, it's like a situation where it's like I could close some of those top entries, position myself for the full risk because I don't have my full risk even. I didn't... like I haven't stacked like a big trade yet, or like I'm not, I prepare myself for drawdown at times. Like this is obviously a volatile situation, but the price still could be bullish, right? Like look at the 15-minute rejecting here, 30 minutes coming to also a previous resistance as well here as well, right? It could flip back to 46.70 easily. It could easily come back to like 46.70 and push like in the zone, maybe come to 46.62. And that's where it's like if I've closed off some of those higher entries and maybe grab some lower entries, I push into profit. That's it. That's just like trade management, ways I think, ways I operate with like, okay, like if this type of shit happens to you, might fucking freak you out. You might be like, oh, fuck, I'm wrong. Oh, man. But, you could be wrong and you could be early. The market's probably still going to end up going up. Like, look at what it did the last few weeks, like the last 2 weeks. Grind it up. Grind it up. And then there was a big dump going into New York and still grinded up the rest of the week. And then like last week, same thing. I kind of just grinded up. Was already going up before New York. Like New York also pushed up. So like I don't get too panicky in these moments. Like when I'm live, it's like different. Like if I was just chilling on my own, like I'd be sitting on the couch right now, just like adding entries, maybe closing off some of the higher ones. Like there's times where if like, let's say the first zone, because 46.75, like right now could maybe be like as it pushes back, it's like right now I could close 46.75 entries off. It's not bad because it's not like I'm taking an L. It's like, okay, I'm taking a small L on a bigger position. I'm willing to do that, and maybe in your trading you have to be willing to make scenarios, like quick decisions. But like, this is why also I'll give myself some breathing room on the stop loss. Prepare myself for that drawdown. Look at the 15 minute. 15 minute just made a wick. We might be closing as a hammer here. We'll probably get a flip up. Might get a flip back up. But it's like if I get entries at 46.75, the market does this, I know I'm early, and it's like, okay, I might as well close those at a smaller loss. Maybe keep the lower entries. See if price reclaims. Of Go back to like break even, maybe pushing a profit. Or if I didn't have the full position and I close those entries, it's like maybe I can add some lower ones if I'm trying to hold it back. And like, you know, like it takes time to do it naturally. Like I do this shit just naturally. Well, it's years of trading gold. It might come back 30 minute might react here. Like we have like a break and retest on the 30 minute happening here. If it flips here, this area, we need like this 15 minute to close bullish to flip up. Kind of how it just was with that wick. It was looking nice there like seconds ago. But yeah, it's either trade goes down, hit stop loss, or we flip back up, guys. Like, gonna keep the bullish bias on gold. Last 3 weeks, it broke out. Pretty much like dragged up. New York, this week, there was a buy in New York. And then even last week, there was a buy in New York. After it pushed up. It looks kind of like we're getting like this price action right now. Like literally how last week kind of went. If you look at last week, for example, like it pretty much looks like this kind of right now on gold. So maybe there is like a bigger break and retest to happen. Gold pretty much kind of looking like it looked last week. If you look at this is last week. If you go like price now, it's kind of got that same structure like this with the big push up. Let's see. Hopefully we get a flip up with that London volume in like the next hour. I think we'll be good. I think gold will push up tonight going into tomorrow. I think we'll be good. Not too worried. It would be drastic if it came down to like 46.60 really quick. We have a lot of support down here. I mean, if that 15 minute can close good for us. 15 minute with a wick there. Maybe we can come back on gold. Maybe we can come back. We'll see. Overall, still want to see if price can continue. But what time we got? We've been on for a little bit. I am going to wrap it up. Let's see what gold does. We've been on for 2 hours. It's either the zone holds or it doesn't. Like we flip back. Like we come back into the zone and hold like 46.70. If it doesn't, remember there's that 46.50. Maybe to keep an eye on 46.55. Like that area. Or the broken structure. Right, 46.25. Down here, 46.25. 46.30 area, back down here. So there's still like back down here, broken resistance. And I don't know, right now we're still holding the zone. The thing is, like that zone, like the thing is about the 46.50 is gold could just kind of grind up from it and it might not come back to it. It might not come back to 46.50. That's what I'm basically playing right now is like, okay, maybe we don't come back to it. We just kind of grind up and we hold bullish like the last 2 weeks. I'm going to try to flip up. This is why, you know, drawdowns happen. You can always kind of get like quick little comebacks. You see, it's trying to come back to 46.70. We still got time, though. We still got time. Nothing to get excited about. Still time. I'm going to wrap it up, though. We'll be streaming every day this week. Make sure you guys tap into the streams this week. We're going to be looking at a lot, talking about a lot, staying up to the market. I'm still holding. I'm going to drop something in Telegram and Discord. So I'll see you guys in Telegram and Discord. I'll drop something in there in the next 5-10 minutes. I'm still going to hold gold buys. I'll hold them for London and see if in the next couple hours we get a push. So the next like 2 hours, if London's going to go up, we should push up in the next 2 hours. If we don't, then it's setting up for New York. But yeah, we'll be streaming every day this week. Make sure you guys tap in. We'll be streaming at nighttime and in the morning. I'm going to try to be on for New York session. And we'll see. It's either I'll send signals in New York or we'll just be streaming for New York. We'll see. Most likely signals. But I'm still holding gold. Let's see what happens for London. If London doesn't push up, I'll wait for